Hey, do you remember when I posted this hip mobility challenge? Well, if you tried to do this and you didn't succeed, especially right here, right when you're on your stomach rolling back around, let me take a second and break it down for you. So, first of all, you see how I'm flexing my foot? You really want to keep that foot flex as much as possible to balance that shoe on your foot. Do not let that foot relax. Here, you want to really work on segmenting your shoulders away from your hips and having good hamstring length to allow for that full knee extension at the top. Next, when you're rolling, you want to have really good hip rotation to do this and good knee flexion, keeping that foot flexed the entire time. And then next, you're going to segment again to roll your shoulders away and really lift the other hip into extension. And you're going to roll that hip out into external rotation. A lot of hip extension and knee flexion to keep that free leg away from the shoe to not knock it over. As we continue, you're basically here in like a 90-90 hip position. Both hips are rotating open and they're flexed. One hip is rotated in, one hip is rotated out. These are the muscles that are basically working. You're working your hip flexors, you're working your glutes, you're working your hamstrings. And basically you want good mobility out of your adductor group as shown here. And also from the prior picture, your hamstrings have to have good length to do this. So if you're tight in your groin or in your hamstrings, this is going to be a lot harder for you to accomplish. Here's a good demonstration of somebody attempting this mobility challenge, and let me point out what's happening here. So first of all, instructions were unclear. Second, as he's rotating, he's not moving his hip into internal rotation far enough so that when he bends his knee, his foot is facing the ceiling directly. So he would need to rotate his hip a lot further and move his torso to compensate for the lack of rotation at his hip. Plus, it looks just like balancing the shoe can be a little hard. Here we have the second gentleman attempting this challenge, and he starts off well, rotating his upper body away and keeping his leg up to the ceiling, but we're running into an issue where his hip can't abduct far enough to allow the rotation before he falls over.